Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about something that I haven't talked about on my channel for 2 years.
God, it's a ton!
Okay, let's put a little bit back.
Don't.
So if you guys have been with me with my channel since very close to the beginning, then you guys would have probably seen a vlog I did vlogging my first electroconvulsive therapy treatment. So that vlog is up if you guys want to see it. Like I said, it's from like 2 years ago, but anyway, I am back on here again to talk about my experience of electroconvulsive therapy, or ECT, because I recently did more treatments. So first of all, ECT is legal. It is not child abuse. It is not damaging. I mean, obviously anything could be damaging, so you know there's always risks to really anything that is putting you under anesthesia. You do go under anesthesia for ECT, and it is an electrical charge that creates a seizure, and yeah, it's commonly used for schizophrenia, extreme mania, and treatment-resistant depression. So normally people don't do ECT unless they've been on at least 3 drug trials. I think I've probably been on like 5 or so, and that's not like 5 drugs, but 5 groups of drugs, like an antipsychotic, an antidepressant, an anxiety, you know, little cocktails, if you will. But yes, so after my hospital admission in December of 2019, we decided to go through the court process again of getting more ECT treatments authorized. So we have, I would say, about 60 ECT treatments authorized for me until I am an adult, so until I am 18. The court process was a lot easier this time. We didn't actually have to go to court. I'm pretty sure they actually just did it over the phone, and we did it through my city and not the county, which is what we did last time. So I was at a different hospital. I was at an adult hospital. I wasn't inpatient at the adult hospital, but the ECT treatments, they have their own floor for electroconvulsive therapy, which is what I did. So something that we were not told about starting off ECT 2 years ago is that a lot of people have to do maintenance procedures for it to actually continue to be effective. So 2 years ago, I did 3 procedures for 4 weeks. 3 procedures each week for 4 weeks. So I did 12 procedures in a month, basically. This time around, I have done 5 treatments, and we are going to get into why we are stopping at 5. So if you guys have watched any of my chronic illness videos, and you would know that I have a genetic condition called Ehlers Danlos syndrome. I have the hypermobility type, which is type 3, and basically this makes my body produce faulty collagen. It makes my basically everything a little bit more complicated than it would be if I didn't have EDS. So the very first treatment I did this last time, there were some differences than how they did it in the county hospital. So they didn't give me IV fluids, and you have to fast for it because you're going under anesthesia, so I hadn't eaten anything since, like, you know, 6 or 8 o'clock the night before, per direction by the doctor. Yeah, we got there. They gave me my IV. It was pretty hard to get the vein because I was dehydrated from not being able to drink or eat anything. And and they did the procedure, and I woke up and I was in more pain than I had ever been in before. So like I said, electroconvulsive therapy, they're giving you a seizure. My first time, the seizure lasted for 100 seconds, and then they gave me a medicine to break the seizure or stop the seizure. Sometimes in younger people, they have to do that. It's not totally typical, but sometimes they do have to give you a medicine to break the seizure. As soon as I drank a little bit of orange juice. As soon as my mom wheeled me down to go to the car, I was breaking out in sweat and was very nauseous, dizzy. Basically my blood sugar dropped very suddenly, which is not surprising, because I had not been able to eat for that long. And ever since I was really a baby, hanger has been a big thing. My blood sugar will drop very fast, and I will be very irritable, very shaky, and just cannot think straight at all. Very nauseous and sweating. And this has, been going on my whole life, so my body really cannot handle not eating and not drinking. It can't, at all. People say, oh, I just forget to eat breakfast. No, that would never happen to me. It would have serious repercussions. I went home and was in so much pain. On the way home, I made my mom roll down the windows. I was sweating. As soon as I got home, I took off all of my clothes and just laid on the couch. My back was hurting. My head was hurting. I really felt like I had just been hit by a bus. It was really, really bad. And after that, I did not want to do any more treatments. I was like, this is horrible, And I was like, well, maybe I'll do it next time, if they give me IV fluids, because that's what they did at the county hospital. Or, if they gave me glucose or something, just something that would not make me feel that way. So all in all, the first one was extremely bad. Was extremely bad. I was in the most pain that I had really ever been in before. And I was very not wanting to do it again, but I decided to do it again. So the next treatment was a lot better. They gave me Zofran and an IV painkiller. And this time they told me to take 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol before I came. So it was a lot better after that. But it just kept getting worse. The body pain was so intense, It's a seizure. My joints are very loose to begin with, so flailing around like that, I think really took a number on me. I think, these reactions were most likely because, my EDS has progressed since 2 years ago. My symptoms weren't nearly as problematic as they were in 2018. So this last time, I was very just dreading it. Just knowing that I had to do a treatment was just, it took so much out of me. I was so exhausted, And I was like thinking like, oh, well, like, what if I just said I didn't want to do it? Then I was like, no, because they'll probably give me anxiety meds. And that was the whole thing. I was just, the anesthesia made me so extremely exhausted and tired and just so lethargic. It's just like, I literally felt disgusting. Like, disgusting. That's the only way I really know how to describe it. And I've always really wanted to be a doctor or a therapist, and I was just like, I don't ever want to step foot in a hospital again. Like, it's just makes me so anxious. I felt drugged, and I felt absolutely horrible. And I don't know, I feel like I keep saying this, but it took so much out of me. So after the 5 treatments, we have decided to stop ECT, and now I'm going to insert a clip of me in bed talking about it before the first time I did it. It was not a separate suite this time. It was, my parents weren't allowed in the room. They just took me back. They gave me my IV, they took my vitals, we did the treatment, and then I woke up in the recovery room, and then they wheeled me out to my mom and dad, or whoever was there. So, yeah, now I'm going to show you that clip, but for now, adios. I will see you in my next video.
Good morning, guys. I just woke up, and today is ECT day. I have a really old vlog on my channel about when I did ECT the first time. Typically, ECT is most helpful when you do maintenance. And we never did maintenance, so we're doing a group of them, a cluster. I hate that word. So last time we did 3 a week for 4 weeks, so we did 12 treatments. We don't know what we're doing this time, especially because of COVID. It's more complicated, and we weren't even sure I was gonna get it, but yeah. So just a little crash course. If you guys don't know what ECT is, it stands for Electroconvulsive Therapy. What's going to be happening is I'm going to go in, they will give me fluids, they will put me under general anesthesia, and then they will put an electrode on my temple, and, sorry, George joined me, and cause a little seizure in my brain that is supposed to rewire my brain. It is helpful 70% of the time, and it is most helpful with schizophrenia, persistent depressive disorder, and that is resistant to medications, and severe manic episodes. So yeah, in order to do it, they usually prefer that you've been on like 3 drug trials that have failed, and I've been on a lot more than that have not worked. The medications I'm on right now are actually pretty helpful, but not really enough. So that's what we're doing. So it's 6:55 and I'm supposed to be there at 9:30, and I'm just chilling with my cat George. He's very cute.